breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Nancy Pelosi doesn't think Americans want extra cash, Sarah Sanders sets her straight. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, DCA, doesn't seem to think that middle-class Americans want an extra $1,000 in their paychecks. However, White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders just set her straight in epic fashion. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi was one of the most vocal opponents of the Republican-sponsored tax reform legislation which President Donald Trump signed into law just before Christmas. She said a lot of stupid and factually inaccurate things about the bill, but the one remark she hasn't been able to escape, thanks to the overwhelming ignorance it demonstrated, was her assertion that an extra $1,000 was just crumbs to most hard-working Americans. In terms of the bonus that corporate America receives versus the crumbs they are giving to workers to put the schmooze on is so pathetic, Pelosi said, dismissing the impact that recent bonuses, some as much as $2,000 to $3,000, have on average American families. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders mocked Pelosi in a Saturday tweet, revealing that another major business had decided to bestow these crumbs upon their employees, thanks to her boss tax cuts. 100,000 Best Buy employees get Trump tax cut bonuses, or as Nancy Pelosi likes to call them, crumbs, Sanders tweeted over the weekend. According to the Star Tribune, Best Buy is the latest major corporation to hand out worker bonuses and to make additional charitable donations as a result of the recently passed corporate tax cuts. In a letter to employees Friday, CEO Hubert Joly said full-time workers will receive a one-time bonus of $1,000 and part-timers, $500. All permanent employees who are not on an existing bonus plan will receive the additional funds. The bonuses will show up in workers' paychecks this month, added the outlet. In all, more than 100,000 of Best Buy's 125,000 employees in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada are expected to receive the extra cash. In addition, the Richfield-based retailer is making a one-time contribution of $20 million to the Best Buy Foundation to help further expand its teen tech centers and Geek Squad academies across the United States. A portion also will be used to create a nationwide employee volunteer program aimed at teenagers and technology, stated the report. Democrats like Nancy Pelosi slammed Trump's corporate tax cuts, saying that they will only help wealthy corporations and the richest 1% of Americans. Coincidentally, to the individuals Pelosi was talking about, $1,000 would certainly seem like little more than crumbs. She should know, she's worth $196 million. But when you make it easier for businesses to operate instead of taxing them into oblivion, they have more money to pass on to their employees. That's not speculation, it's been proven by what we have seen over the last several weeks. Best Buy's decision to give a whopping 100,000 employees a $1,000 bonus proves that Trump's tax cuts are good for everyone, not just the richest among us like Nancy Pelosi. Best Buy is far from the first major corporation to do this. More than 3 million Americans have received $1,000 bonuses thanks to Trump's tax cuts. Indeed, as soon as corporations learned Trump was going to be giving them a massive tax break, they began issuing bonuses to their employees, and not just trivial amounts, as Pelosi would have you believe. Best Buy and many others businesses collectively gave millions of hard-working Americans $1,000 each. That's huge when you do the math. Best Buy alone is shelling out an extra $100 million just in bonuses. That money will, in turn, be funneled back into the economy. Families will use it to buy the new computer they've been wanting but couldn't splurge for. Husbands will be able to shell out for a nice piece of jewelry for their wives this Valentine's Day. Parents will finally be able to afford to take their kids to Disneyland or the zoo or somewhere else that had notoriously been placed on the back burner as other, more necessary, expenses took precedence. If you're one of the hard-working middle-class Americans who would greatly appreciate an extra $1,000 in your pocket, share this report to give President Donald Trump a big thank you for his recent tax cuts.